What's going on? What's going on?
Unnecessary observation. Targets acquired. Annoying recitation. Let us proceed to facilitate communications. Recitation. And bring about the termination of hostilities.
Ratio achieved. Get this over with.
Systems failing, Master. Systems failing, Master. Systems failing, Master.
Maybe it's time I headed forward. Things out here on the rim are getting too dangerous.
I don't have anything for you, but thanks for saving my life. I'll try and return the favor someday.
So you've returned. While I was disturbed that you chose to defy our orders and obtain transport off Citadel Station, the matter has since been closed. It was the decision of Republic authorities that your testimony would no longer be necessary, and thus you'd be allowed to go. But as we discovered, you had already left. In some ways, it was lucky for us, avoiding a possibly embarrassing situation. Why does the Republic do anything? The head doesn't know what the feet are doing. The hands don't even know they've got fingers, let alone where they are. My opinion, they probably performed their independent investigation and figured it wasn't your fault. Anyways, you should just be glad I decided to overlook the fact you escaped arrest. Yeah. And if there's nothing else, I've got a job to do. What is it? I see. And where and when did you kill them? I see. Well, you certainly earned the bounty on those two dangerous criminals. Here it is. I think you'll find the amount more than adequate. The TSF once again thanks you for your cooperation.
Machines. His passion for such things defies me. Yes? Have you come with questions? Ask. Atris herself is not as familiar to me as perhaps she should be. Yet I feel I know her, yes. Because Atris's path is one I walked long ago, and it is a chapter of my life that has been read and closed. She has taken the first steps, I think. We shall see. Surely you felt the righteous anger, the spoken judgments, the lack of forgiveness. I was a historian once, gathering the relics of the Jedi, learning the ancient mysteries. Always there were more questions. One quickly learns that the Jedi Code does not give all the answers. If you are to truly understand, then you will need the contrast, not adherence to a single idea. That is why Atris and the others blamed me, sentenced me. They believed me responsible for Revan's fall. You have already asked much. I do not wish to speak of this any longer. Ask. I misspoke before. Ask. Have you never asked yourself how Revan took the Republic and Jedi beneath him, how he made them his? Ah, but to make officers turn on their own people, to bomb innocent worlds, to make pacts. Strong influence, indeed. And where did these Sith teachings come from? And why did Revan embrace them so strongly? So many questions, yet the answers are few. Oh, did they? No. Revan met no Sith empire, yet he learned their teachings. Many have mistaken the soldiers beneath Revan, the machines that were constructed to be the Sith. They are wrong. The Sith is a belief, and what Revan formed was not an empire, but something else. Yet how he did it is curious. And I suspect the answer to that question is tied to another. How was Revan able to corrupt so many so quickly? Not a one, but we shall see where our journey takes us, I think, and see how many answers we come across, yes. Yes? Very well. Ask.
Well, here we are. The Smuggler's Moon. It's the gaping maw of Nar Shaddaa, swallowing all the cargo and spaceport thugs the galaxy has to offer. Mandalorians, mercenaries, war veterans, and pilots from the Mandalorian Wars and the Jedi Civil War ended up on Nar Shaddaa, from all sides of the conflict. When the last war ended, there was no place left for them to go. Nar Shaddaa's a rough place and easy to get lost in. Or for someone to get lost. If you wanted to keep out of sight from the Sith for a while, you couldn't pick a better spot. It means glorious jewel in Huttese, but don't let that fool you. It's the central breeding grounds of the Hutts. Nar Shaddaa orbits it. Nal Hutta's as slimy as the Hutts. Lots of swamp and bloated gas. It's where those slugs reach out and grab chunks of the galaxy. Trust me, we're not going to go anywhere near the place unless we want to be washing the stink out of our clothes for the next few years.
That bad? I didn't think anything could compel you to bathe.
You spend all day thinking up that joke? Maybe you and Bao-Dur should start a circus.
I fail to understand the reference, though I doubt your explanation will prove worthwhile.
Anyone flying the Star Lanes has docked on Nar Shaddaa at least once. I wouldn't want to live there, and I doubt anyone does by choice. Not everyone who came to Nar Shaddaa were soldiers. A lot of worlds were destroyed by the Mandalorians and the Jedi. Left a lot of people wandering the galaxy. Yeah, some came looking for work running freight and cargo. Still, there's only so many ships to go around and so many workers, so others lend their weapons to the Hutts in the exchange. It's become a prime base for raider recruitment across the galaxy. It won't be easy. There's so much traffic on Nar Shaddaa, finding anyone on the moon's surface is going to be hard. We're going to touch down in the refugee sector. There's a lot more traffic there, and it's harder for people to spot you coming in, or find you once you arrive. I've plotted a course for the refugee sector and we should touch down within the hour. Once we're down, we should finally be able to breathe easy. There's no way anyone's gonna find us here.
Perhaps you have heard that the Jedi comes to Nar Shaddaa. While he walks upon the smuggler's moon, he is not to be harmed. You may watch him, observe his movements, but nothing more. You must, because one Jedi attracts others. It is the way of things.
Bomababe want to susitu mukarata. Tu es rectonatada beer mabar chokto. Torenibu inturata sisi me burokra.
Bani sokokran, jorka mata storch ban locha. Joanna masaranka ma ramazurata.
Muka kamaran endoso ran with no chabi. Febko emariam gawata situ insula raka rakachata.
Request. If Goto's vessel is no longer neutral ground, inform us so that we might initiate assassination protocols and commence firing at once.
The Popotenyo go Jucho Picha, Gwentabani Sochu, Joanna Masaranka ma ramazurata, Kawanabota Tagwa Kankadira.
Observation. Jedi follow the self-destructive path of pacifism and tolerance. They will not attack first.
Honta nosa, Jita Bedwana Miticha, Toveri Micha, Yonona Shitasa Truth, Si Machatan, Dona Researcha Makarani.
Ah, the beautiful stench and decay of desperate living.
This moon, it teems with life. It is difficult to center oneself.
Welcome to Nar Shaddaa. Towering buildings kilometers high and miles deep, with canyons so wide you could have a dogfight in them. Word of warning, watch where you step, or you'll fall for hours. Sure, most of the landing pads around here are unclaimed, or should be. They're pretty badly maintained, so they're not safe to land on. Well, I mean, not this one. But they all have the reputation, so we should be all right. I think. Maybe a little, but landing here means we didn't have to transmit our ID signature. You know what trouble that always brings. In fact, while we're here, we should get those signatures changed. Wouldn't make us such a target when we enter a new system. No, but I forgot to tell them we were landing. The refugee sector's a dead zone. No one cares too much who flies in and out of here as long as they're not carrying cargo that the exchange or the Hutts might want a piece of. Yeah. In all its glory. Don't get your hopes up from what you see here, though. As soon as we hit the main sector, that's when the smell and the mobs can get pretty bad. Alright then, let's move out. Where are we headed exactly?
It does not matter where we go. If what we seek is here, we shall come upon it in due time.
Yeah, if you want to stay on the ship and meditate some more, don't let us stop you. And just being here should be enough. People in the refugee sector don't tend to ask too many questions. We should be safe enough. There should be a central trading hub up ahead. Their stock's probably not the best, but they may have some things worthwhile. Well, that means finding either a bounty hunter, a ranking member of the exchange, or someone willing to talk, none of which are too appealing. Bounty hunters in the exchange are going to want to shoot you, and someone who is willing to talk to anyone, which means trouble.
The bounty is a waste of our efforts. All that matters is the Jedi. The intentions of the thugs of this moon are of no consequence.
This bounty poses a threat to him. We do not need two beasts at our back when the Sith are enough.
If you are so certain of your path, then do what you will, servant of Atris. It makes no difference.
It's up to you. There's bound to be someone in the sector willing to spill their guts for a credit or two.
Finding a Jedi, or anyone else touched by the Force here, will be difficult. The mass of people, the rush of their emotions. It makes detection difficult, but this moon does not get any smaller while we wait. This sector is as good as any place to begin our search, so let us begin.
Well, if we're gonna search a moon of a few billion inhabitants for one Jedi that even our own can't sense, might as well start as soon as possible. Alright, if you have any questions, just ask. We should be able to leave the ship here as long as we want. No one supervises these landing pads anymore.
You there!
Uh-oh.
What's with you? Letting that piece of junk sink its struts into my landing pad! It'll be fine where it is! Yeah, I guess you're right. And by right, I mean you're wrong. Telling me it'll be fine where it is. What, you think I'm stupid? I got another ship coming in, and unless you want that piece of junk's hull crushed flat, you better move it. Got it? That's none of your business. All you need to know is that they're gonna be firing up their quad lasers if they find your ship squatting there when they arrive. No, really? Thanks for the insight. And here I was, thinking you were a smart human. Now, either get that piece of junk off my piece of junk, or you're going for a 2-kilometer walk to the ground. Yeah? Well, this is the first I've heard of it. Hutts don't do business down there. This is exchange territory. You call the shots. But this is gonna be trouble. I can feel it.
As I heard through the Force, my life for yours. You must. The alternative is only another death, and I would rather die by your hands. I have nothing to offer you. Your strength is superior. It is as I felt.
Now I've seen everything. This woman, she's a Miraluka. I didn't think any were left in this part of the galaxy. Yeah, they're a pretty secretive race. I heard that some of their kind become Jedi, but a Sith? That's a new one. I'm not sure how you'd go about killing one. It'd be tricky.
Just mentioning it, she looks like she's suffered enough wounds already, even after the beating you gave her. I heard they had a colony on the Mid-Rim, almost halfway between Onderon and Dantooine. Then, it wasn't there anymore. The whole planet was wiped out. Nothing left alive. No one knows why.
Well, it was a planet of her people. If they see through the Force, who knows? If they're all Force-sensitive, maybe they all saw something through the Force that we can't see, and they left before it happened. Or maybe it killed them. They claim to see on a higher plane than we do. You know, the whole Force thing makes me nervous. Well, some of her wounds are pretty bad. Looks like she was already carrying her share of scars, though. I think she'll recover, yeah.
She is a threat to us. I am not asking that she be harmed or interrogated, but she is of the Sith, and she has attacked us once. She should not be allowed to walk freely on the ship. Yes? Training is something reserved for certain caste members of the Echani, but I do not see the harm in instructing you in some basic principles. I do not understand how you and Atris fight, but I will instruct you on how Echani children are raised on warfare. All Echani fighting principles rely on foundations. If one does not understand the most basic of fighting moves, it is not possible to understand the higher tiers. It is similar to learning the alphabet of a language before being able to use words, then sentences. As a foundation, I will instruct you in our elementary movements. The body itself is the first weapon you must master. It is not something that can be described. Let us duel, you and I, and that shall teach you more than my words can. Use only your hands and feet to strike at me, nothing else, or our combat shall be over. Do not resort to using any items or any force techniques you may possess. Such things will obstruct learning. Duels among the Echani are rituals, and it does not allow for armor or anything that restricts movement. Now, are you ready? Very well. I shall match my movements to resist your efforts. And do not hold back, or I will hurt you. You fought well indeed. You have caught the principles of the style by watching and anticipating my movements. Before you go, there is something I must know. Why did you go back to face trial? I see. It was always something I was curious about. To walk to one's own sentence willingly. It is a brave thing. Yes? I do not think you are ready for further instruction. Each movement of our arts demands some time to use the art in battle, or to examine how it may be best used in battle. It is the way of the Ichani to be able to read their opponents, to know where an opponent is going to strike before it connects, anticipate it, and then strike against them. Ichani battles are fought several minutes in advance. In many ways, it is much like the game of Dejarik, played in the core systems. The most advanced among the Ichani are able to predict the course of battles by months, and the most revered are said to be able to predict the path of wars. Only Revan ever demonstrated such skill in war, and even as he slaughtered us, the Ichani still respected him. You are already doing it. If you do not know you are doing it, then training will make you a dangerous opponent indeed. Come, as we fight more, I will teach you. Do not think about predicting my movements. React instinctively. You are doing better. At first I was afraid that your awareness of your own ability might ruin it, but that is not the case. You learn quickly. Perhaps it is your connection to the Force that allows such things. But I do not think so. Now you fight as an Ichani warrior fights, always in the future.
No! Look, you can't keep us trapped in the refugee sector. We can't survive there. You've got us locked in.
Take him down.
I shall honor them with battle.
Thanks for your help. They would have crippled me for sure. Well, they work for the Exchange, for a Quarren named Visquis. He's looking to step up in the Exchange. The only language the Exchange respects is money, so Visquis is trying to increase his profits by using the refugees here in Nar Shaddaa as a cheap labor force. We're only good to him as slaves and merchandise. He wants to keep us in one place, so he can control us. That's always been the way. Well, except lately. The Exchange has been clamping down on the refugee sector hard, and I've no idea why. They've started kidnapping people, hurting others, but there seems to be no reason to it. You don't. He comes to you, if he's got reason to. Either because you can help him out, or because you're making trouble. Either way, it's not a good thing. Whatever your reasons, thanks.
Spare a few credits, friend?
I saw what you did to those exchange thugs, stranger. Can you spare a few credits, maybe help another refugee in need? Thank you, stranger. I won't forget your kindness.
Why did you do such a thing? Such kindnesses will mean nothing. His path is set. Giving him what he has not earned is like pouring sand into his hands. And would that be a kindness? What if by surviving another day he brings a greater darkness upon another? The Force binds all things. The slightest push, the smallest touch, sends echoes throughout life. Even an act of kindness may have more severe repercussions than you know or can see. By giving him something he has not earned, perhaps all you have helped him become is a target. Seeing another elevated often brings the eyes of others who suffer. And perhaps in the end, all you have wrought is more pain. And that is my lesson to you. Be careful of charity and kindness, lest you do more harm with open hands than with a clenched fist. Good. Mind what I have said. Use your power, but in its proper place.
You're back. Anything to spare this time? Much appreciated, friend. Life's hard in the refugee sector, and this should go a long way to helping. All right. I don't know much beyond the refugee sector here, but I can share what I know. Jedi Master? There aren't any Jedi Masters in the galaxy, let alone on Nar Shaddaa. This place is a cesspit, with the Exchange and the Hutts stabbing their claws into everything. But you know, I did hear something about a bounty on Jedi, though. Something the Exchange posted. Doesn't matter, though. Aren't any more Jedi around, so no one's going to be collecting that bounty. You're lying. You're mad. A Jedi wouldn't come to the... You're serious. You're telling the truth. What are you doing here? Are you trying to get us out of this place? Please, you have no idea what life is like here. Of course. Of course. Tell me, what else did you want to know, Jedi? Not much to say, except it's a high price. You need to find a bounty hunter to get more, and they've been pretty scarce lately. You might have more luck trying to find someone connected to the Exchange. And I don't mean some spaceport muscle, I mean someone connected. No idea. Could be one of them crossed the Exchange, and they're looking for revenge on all of them. Well, they tend to lay low. To be honest, it's like with bounty hunters. You may need to do something to get their attention. This sector's filled with refugees from the Jedi Civil War, and even as far back as the Mandalorian Wars. Refugees and war veterans both, and anyone else who was rendered homeless by the war. The Jedi destroyed planets across the galaxy, and here's where the wreckage ended up. That's two names for one thing. It's difficult to tell in the crossfire, and the Sith were led by Jedi. In the end, it didn't make much difference. A lot of space lanes cross at Nar Shaddaa, and once here, it's hard to move on. Even fighter pilots from the war can't get work at the docks. The freighter crews are full up. There's no work here and no way out, unless you want to become a hired muscle for the Exchange, or work in a Hutt slave camp. Look, Jedi, before you go, I know you probably didn't come here to save us, but I knew Jedi during the war, and I know that they always helped when they could. If I can help you, even just by keeping an ear out, I can let you know if I hear anything. Life's been better, and every credit can go a long way. Just think it over.
And what did he want?
Nothing. Just answers to some questions.
It's okay. I already know he's a Jedi.
You do? Then why?
Trust me, Nar Shaddaa just got complicated.
Geraktada cemense bengaru rukutodo and chuchamataso benkish. Terewana jun konata della raguno tuna. Dai rentoro.
Tien, it's Bao-Dur, 12th Engineering Division out of Eodoria. I worked with you in the hangar bays on the Solemn Oath.
Terewana jun konata della raguno tuna. Dai rentoro kawre kare papanala ranshinga. Dai rentoro to wakare koe wap gerebu. Nenso telepachan gorsada.
Tien, we are already in trouble. In some ways, the war is not yet over, and our enemies seek us even now.
Terewana jun konata della raguno tuna. Dai rentoro kawre kare papanala ranshinga. Derace wemeno totorere senisenten. Terewana jun konata della raguno tuna. Dai rentoro kawre kare papanala. Terewana jun konata della raguno tuna. Der rentoro to wakare koe wap gerebu. Nenso telepachan gors. Dosane gravalantro koe wap.
What's going on?
The bounty hunters have been laying low recently, like they're waiting for something.
Hey, I saw that ship you flew in on. My ship.
Your ship? I'd lay off the spice if I were you. That's our ship, not yours.
Was I talking to you? I tell you, that ship's mine. It's the Ebon Hawk, isn't it? She was stolen from me during a routine run in the Mid-Rim, near the close of the Mandalorian Wars. The registry's 34P7JK. It's got a temperamental hyperdrive, and the turrets can be sluggish and unresponsive against fast-moving fighters. She's also got 2 secret compartments, one in the cargo hold, right near the plasteel cylinders in the back, and the second beneath the bunks in the starboard cabin.
Whoa, he could have gotten that information some other way than owning the ship. Come on, he's skifting us.
So, you gonna hand it over now, or are you going to be difficult? No deal. A ship's worth its weight in spice on Nar Shaddaa, and nothing's worth being trapped here another year scrounging freight jobs.
What? It's our ship. I mean, your ship, that I fly.
Good to hear you aren't going to challenge it. That makes things a lot easier.
Are you sure you wish to do this? If so, we will be forced to remain on this moon until we can hire transport out.
What are you doing? That's gonna trap us here.
I'll be going now. Get used to the solid ground beneath you.
Let me shoot him in the back. No one has to know.
Atten, restrain yourself. Besides, The blaster would be unnecessary, when a nerve strike to his neck would incapacitate him painfully without inflicting any lasting harm.
Point taken.
Graci ubaci kompadwana muska na boska. Norahagwa buska. Czarny kotosz nierema keres.
Dawachosimu poendo rakawara ichi rendumomo. Dawachosimu poendo rakawara ichi. Bomababe watu susintumu karata. Bomababe watu susintumu karata. Ranamosimu endasarans. Dawachosimu poendo rakawara ichi. Ranamosimu endasarans. Krema sunkun ratungala.
Your thoughts are disturbed. I can feel them from a great distance, like a shiver running through you. It is Nar Shaddaa, the true Nar Shaddaa that you feel around you. It is this moon, with the metal and machines stripped away and the currents of the Force laid bare. I'm surprised you can feel it. I feared the damage to you had deadened you to such perceptions. What you feel is the echo of the minds of these creatures within the Force. Their anger, their greed, their desperation. It is life. One might as well heal the universe, but such manipulation is possible, yes. It requires that one be able to feel the critical point within the fractured mass, and know how to strike it in such a way that the echoes travel to your intended destination. For as long as it lasts, like life, such waking moments within the Force are rare, waiting for the right moment when the critical point is struck and the sound rises. But let us be silent. Words and thoughts are distractions. Feel this moment, for as long as it will last. Feel life as it is, with the crude matter stripped away.
Please, look, I already paid the exchange what I have. But oh, look! Here's the one with your credits. About time. Look, These gentlemen are getting impatient. Let's get this over with. Are you crazy? That was exchange muscle. When they hear about this, they'll come back a dozen strong and tear you limb from limb. All right. What'd you want to know? Jedi Master? You crazy? There aren't any more Jedi running around, let alone Masters. But you're serious, aren't you? All right, well, look. If I were a Jedi, I'd be where I could help people. As for where that happens on Nar Shaddaa, I have no idea. Are you serious? All right. I must be doing something right for you to come along and bail me out like you did.
That was a kind act. It is good to see that one can still show compassion, even after the war. And that is why I follow you, General. Lead on.
Sarda chonilo tabeduana mataka nus, dakaprota gocha, jarkomati sochpando. Crimso anatis chinorta hiremecho. Mach tu pachamachaloaba, dona sintonoraki. Tonoranda Marakan. Dawacho simu poendo rakawa ichirendumo. Boka kamaranendos. Tonoranda Marakan. Tonoranda Marakan. Ipo inshallah. Mababe want to susintu mukarata. Tu es rectonatat mechabi doko. Ranamo sibu endasarans. Crema su donos emeragith. Ishasa ochutukun. Dakaprota gocha, jarkomati soch uba volpa holosha. Chuba doso jibicha, prota uba volpa holosha. Chuba doso jibicha, prota uba volpa holosha. Chuba doso jibicha, prota cho jabalakish. Tochimaka, lotologo besanus. Misa. No, nananka talani chisto karana yok chalisto chisaje. Dakaprota gocha, jarkomati sochpan rocha. Yota. Nus jamachor heptoth nich docha uba volpa holosha. Chuba Dakaprota Gocha, Jarkomati Sochbam Lorcha. Yota Dakaprota Gocha, Jarkomati Sochbam Lorcha. Yota Jabalakish, Tochimaka, Lotologo Besanus, Misash Lochut. Ocho sul titol Pachitoron. Kremso Anatis Chinor Kahiro Mechok. Wendindobe, Jabalakish, Tochimaka, Lotologo Besanus, Misash Lochut. Dakaprota Gocha, Jarkomati Sochbam Lorcha. Yota Chisabari, Jabalakish, Tochimaka, Lotologo.
Ugh, the stink here in the refugee sector.
Dawachosimu poendo rakawara ichi vendumo. Tonoranda manakaran, epoenshua. Bomababe want to susintu mukarata. To estrictonatada be.
Graci ubacin compa doana musca. Gavadumpa munsur. Bornacinin sopoma. Muliwrawa iberendia. Bornacinin sop. Tonino babinko neyaka. Chuba picha tunayuma mochinawa. Onta chiwita inka kikraya. Tarachomo sinchok. Moloda nawinki. Moloda Nawinki. Graci ubachinkom. Graci ubachinkom padwana muska. Moloda Nawinki. Dovrei kun mwili wosa slim.
Was that really necessary?
Don't hite mosi jotia yumba litawa about.
You know, I'm glad I found you again, Jim. We were together at Malachor. I don't know if anyone else could understand. You getting philosophical on me? I'm here because you found me on Telos and I decided to come along for the ride. Not that I had much choice after we got going. Tired of me already? I was frustrated. Watching the Ithorians getting pushed around by Zerka, I thought I could make a difference, but it was taken away from me. Guess if one planet was good enough for me, why not the galaxy? You just have to know what the circuits look like. That's the way I see things. Traveling with you, I know there's something else in the universe, but I can't do anything about it anyways, so I'll leave it to you to take care of. Was there something you wanted me for?
Malampas tarawando. Jona yurturanga chiwi. Panesuka crown. Jun sobe me rapa no kumarandisa makchiksa. Mogachi nota harempe wanachi drumpaba nakares the hupo botenyo go jucho picho when taba ni sochu. Takam suchis miku mogo graba. Kavadumpe masuraku popayi botenya. Kavadumpe masuraku. Kavadumpe masuraku popayi botenya. Sunaranga macho chane dota lutu. Donina chiwa. Kavadumpe masuraku popayi. Kavadumpe masuraku popayi. Mogachi nota harempe wanachi drumpaba nakares magre. Dahupo botenyo go jucho picho. Kichu no kada mirenito. Kavadumpe masuraku popayi botenya tachimorota kamsa javaskop. Kavadumpe masuraku.
Watakla tunji mularayi mul. Dahupa osa urada goju. Kawana bota yutatanga. Darak krono king bulotunga chopa chava gnrute.
Dahupo botenyo go jucho picha. When taba ni sochu. Norotoga proto lalashishi. Juvadosa jibacha. Kavadumpe masuraku.
there any way to do that without crawling inside their head? Something up?
Loka kamaran endos. Taranamo sibu endasarans. Taranamo sibu endasarans. Donos imaragith. Wanarakorachid. Loka kamaran endoso ranwino. Taranamo sibu endasarans. Taranamo sibu endasarans. Taranamo sibu endasarans. Donos imaragith. Wanarakorachidrum.
Dorota sinta winoto. Fasa susho wi. Kanaina doka ches. Kapatoro. Me poga rifti noso me mastolo. Crimso chi mapo hirembi kachapas pato. Dokini kamare zuni inash di jomba wensomas. Tonga. Tonichi ramagrinzo mos rapana. Rak. Dawanga nochi. Roven mana. Posoma orikushni pitu pampa. Dokini kamare zuni inash di jomba wensomas. Osmanfu ni wado de kuta maasapa. Tony Wamaji, Yumali.
Don't you ever give it a rest? Fine, don't mind me. I just need to get some stuff from the cargo hold.
You know the first tier of styles, but you're holding back because I am unarmed. Tell me where you were trained.
What can I say? I'm a quick study.
You lie. Few know the Echani styles by reflex.
Oh yeah? Guess you saw a lot of the world while you were freezing your cargo hold off in the Ice Academy. Didn't you, sister? Next time I walk in here, I'm carrying a blaster. Oh yeah, one other thing. Don't think I haven't noticed the way you've been sparring with our ex-Jedi friend. This isn't some pleasure yacht. So if I did know all the Echani movements, I might know more than just the first tier, including the etiquette rituals. So keep your hands where I can see them.
Fool.
Shut up.
Having you here has an effect on me, General. I never noticed it years ago. I think my mind was too occupied then. I feel calm, more in control. The anger is still there, but I can feel it drifting away. The last years of my life have been defined by it. The Mandalorians, Zerka, and Revan. And above all else, myself, for Malachor. Never, General. It had to be done. My hands destroyed the Mandalorians. I cannot be forgiven for that. Even if I did it out of hatred of the Mandalorians. That might be the truth, but I don't want to see it that way. I can't just ignore the blood on my hands. Even if there isn't, I still feel like I need to do something to make up for it. guidance, I feel like I could overcome my anger. Yes, General? If you think they'll help. It'll take practice, but I think I can pick that up. Yes, General? Let's get to work then, General. That was a good workout, and a good learning experience. Yes, General? If you think they'll help. It'll take practice, but I think I can pick that up. Yes, General? Let's get to work then, General. That was a good workout, and a good learning experience. Yes, General?